Greetings, it's your buddy, your pal, your friend, your teacher, your guide, Uncle Artist, and we're just going to get right into our conversation. Understand that people project from their trauma. There's a lot of trauma out here, okay? Generational trauma passed down through DNA, behavioral and event-based trauma, and people carry that. And now more than ever, people have opinions, people have platforms, and they project those traumas. And depending on how influential they are, how persuasive they can be, how compelling they can be, how far and wide their message is disseminated, it has reach, it has a way of infiltrating conversation and being adopted as revelations, as normalcy, as something that everyone should believe. And when you step away from groupthink, when you understand that your only duty in life is to explore your path, explore the path that is set out for you, explore the path by reading the books that are right in front of you. Read the books that you already have. If you don't have books, if you don't have a collection, start building a collection right now. And start using your mind in a creative way, in a problem solving way. Every day, your mind should work with your hands, work with your capabilities and your faculties and your resources. Your mind should work to create something new every day. Every day. Leave a good idea out there. Plant a seed. Plant a good feeling. Plant a good relationship. Plant, again, good ideas. Lay a brick down. Take a different path than you did before. Take the same path you did before. Do the same thing, because there's value in consistency, doing the same thing over and over and over, but doing it with renewed energy, renewed insight, and with the steadfast intention to continue to work the process of preparation. Everything you're doing is preparing you for the next the next moment, the next event, the next season, the next level. And if you're not able to find that contentment and that satisfaction in the process of that preparation, you can find yourself stuck in anticipation. Stuck in anticipation can also be known as, translated as, anxiety. Everything that you ever wanted, everything is happening right now, in the now. And nobody cares about your trauma. Okay? We all have a level of trauma. If you were rejected so many times for the sports team, If you met so many failures in school, if you experienced heartbreak for something that really meant something to you, it meant something to you. It didn't mean something, it didn't mean the same thing to someone else, but it meant something deep for you. And that creates trauma. That's traumatic for you. But nobody gives a goddamn because everybody compares trauma. All things considered, your parents were there. You got things for Christmas. You didn't get beat. You didn't experience divorce. You didn't experience death. You didn't experience bad health. But you had certain deep rejections, deep disappointments, deep frustrations, deep expectations not met, and that is traumatic for you in its own way. You might not even interpret it that way. And you have a way of living that out. We all have a way of living that out, projecting that. Some of us, again, who don't have the blockbuster storytelling worthy trauma, we feel unworthy of even acknowledging it as trauma. But it is. It plays out in our insecurities, in our inability to maximize our moments, our opportunities. It plays out in our willingness to settle. It plays out. So once you understand that about yourself, you'll understand that about people. You'll be able to give them grace. They deserve it, most of them. But you deserve grace too, more than anybody. Give grace to yourself. Forgive yourself, and then empower yourself, because nobody else is going to do it. You got to believe in yourself. Believe in your story, your abilities. I look at life, I take everything serious. However, it's important to incorporate a degree of playfulness for everything as it relates to life. Be at play, because there are underlying principles behind that, underlying behaviors, and underlying energy that comes from play, certain carelessness, a detachment. And with that, that unlocks different faculties, different energies. You perform in a flow state. Your words come effortless because you're at play. You don't really care what you say. You're not really thinking about what you're really saying. And when you shoot at a lady, you know, you rap to her. Be playful. Be happy. Coming from a place of abundance and happiness, and I have joy. I have joy. And I'm going to make you feel my joy. When you're negotiating that contract, offering your services, you know your shit. Practice your shit. Practice your pitch. And then play with it. Play with your inflections. Play with your cadence. far as how you're presenting yourself. Think other thoughts while you're talking. Um, just rattle it off. Think of a way to rhyme with your cadence, with your pitch. Um, that's why I'm always a proponent of reading. That's why I'm always a proponent of watching different films from different genres, watching what I call smart entertainment, entertainment that has very smart dialogue that you have to keep up with to really grasp what they're saying. Watch movies or shows maybe about one show that I really enjoyed watching for the dialogue I call smart entertainment is Billions. Billions. If you ever watched that show, Billions. Billions got some good smart dialogue. You can even write down the dialogue and incorporate some of the phrases, the power phrases I call them. But don't get caught up in the general conversations, okay? Because it's it's really uncanny how the people who have the loudest platforms, the biggest megaphones, the largest followings, the most eyeballs, the most ears, they have the most abandonment issues, all types of trauma. The ones, don't you think it's interesting how so many of our most visible individuals, characters, figures, they are the ones who have the most dynamic and traumatic stories of varying degrees, from um, abandonment, sexual assault, um, neglect, and all types of turmoil and mayhem. I think it's interesting. I think that there's something to that makes them who they are, that pushes them to a certain level of greatness. You have the conspiracy theories that pertain to sacrifices with some of those. Was when they lost certain family members before they became very famous. You have the theories of sacrifices. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. I won't even speculate on that. But these are the people that people want to be like, and I really think it's important to aspire to be a real life star. See, I said it'll break your heart to know that your favorite rappers are lame, lame as hell. And I've seen it. I've seen it. I've been around enough celebrities, so-called celebrities, acclaimed individuals, to realize that these these characters are lucrative for them, but they're just characters. These characters have the ability to entertain. These characters have the ability to tap into a certain pulse for for their gain, for their. Everybody is able to find their fan base, and that's really my point. You don't have to be an entertainer, so to speak, to find your fan base, because while you may not have the ability to get into character, such as, name any rapper, singer, actor that are very talented in one area, and they're not all, because there are entertainers who are very well-rounded individuals. I know that for sure, but I know some very talented individuals who they just are talented. And when you meet them one on one, they are very awkward, to say the least. They're very just not personable, able to connect any other way than how their talent dictates. And so there's levels and there's layers to everyone, and not everyone is afforded the same type of abilities in all areas. I think you can develop, especially if you have an awareness and if you have a desire to be as well rounded as possible. And I think someone, and I know for sure someone like Jamie Foxx, well rounded individual, very, very talented, entertainment, but also a very, very down to earth person in the right situation. And then he can play Hollywood. Oh, he can play Hollywood. He can play Hollywood rich nigga too. He'll play that card if he feels the need to show that, yeah, I am that Negro. But then you get it in the right situation because um, he's a Texas boy. And then when he's around real Texas down home people that he knows he can trust or he can feel comfortable with or one won't judge him, he's real cool. Jamie Foxx. So that's one example. And it will break your heart to meet certain individuals and know that they are lame as hell. And that's encouraging though. At the same time, that should be of encouragement to the everyday, and that's who I speak to, is the everyday working man, the everyday silent king who doesn't have any interest in having a large social media following. But everyone, if you really realize, if you really break it down, everyone can reasonably have a tight and intimate and invested network of 500 to 1,000 people. And with the right value and the right offer, they can sustain you. That community can sustain you. That community can feed you and help you succeed. And it should be an infinity symbol to where it is a self-fulfilling, a self-sustaining economy. I give value, you give value to your community, you give the right offer, you provide the right service, you fulfill the right need for your community, and they will take care of you. And that's available for everyone. It really is. It's just a matter of first developing the right attitude of understanding that it is a process, because most of it is going to become, your product is a byproduct of your experiences. And you build experiences by, first of all, being curious and being ambitious and creating experiences, assuming the virtues and behaviors of who you envision yourself to be. There's no reason why you can't adopt a character just like anyone else that you see succeeding out here, adopting a character. And I'll use names that everyone is familiar with, just for context, but they're characters. A Drake. There's no reason why you can't be a Drake for your sales company. assume the character of being the best salesman that you want to be, whatever that means. The arrogance that may come with it, the brash, the intelligence that comes with it. Fake it. Learn some phrases that make you look smart, make you look intelligent, or make you look smarter than you already are, because there's no reason to think you aren't smart. But assume that behavior, assume that to the next degree. Play that character. That applies to women. Be that. Be Salvatore Rubiosa. I don't know who that is. I think that's one of the playboys of the 1940s and 50s or whatever. I think James Bond was based off of him, something like that. Yeah, be James Bond. Be that. Be that character. And you're gonna then from there you're gonna start really adopting the behaviors. Everything will start to fall in line. You're gonna look up and you're gonna say, okay, my clothes, I need to change my wardrobe a little bit, piece by piece. As your budget dictates. Okay, let me change my clothes a little bit. Okay, it has been a while since I bought some new shoes. Let me buy me some new wing tips. Yeah, let me buy me a few more hats. You know what? I have been having the same haircut for a while. Let me switch it up. I have been going to the same spot. Let me go to this spot. Let me see who hangs out over here. I got a new look. Let me go over here. Let me take my old swag. Let me take some of my old experiences and bring it to a different place. Let me take who I am, my energy. I don't have to change, but I've started to adapt and try different things, create different opportunities. So let me go over here. Let me hang out at this place. Let me attend this meeting. Let me think this way and write this way so I can put out this type of information, this type of content. Let me start exploring this. Let me stop caring so much about certain things. Let me stop trying to be so perfect on certain things. Let me take a few more shots. Let me be more playful with them. Some of them shots, them playful hook shots go in. Sometimes when you come between your legs and just jack it up from 3, it goes in and it looks good. And it gets you a lot more attention. Sometimes. And I'm just making the parallel to trying different shit sometimes. Be playful. Set the stage for your court. Your court ain't the finals, ain't the biggest stage, but you having fun out there, and you take it seriously, but you having fun. You want to win, but you want to enjoy the experience for what it is. It's a game. It's all a game. None of us is gonna get out this joker alive. That's for damn sure. So try some more shit in your life. And whatever that is. Try some more discipline for a while. Try acting a fool sometimes. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Never mind. It's your buddy, your pal, your friend, your teacher, your guide, ABW, Uncle Artist. Signing out. Peace and blessings. Sayonara. Hashataki.